What up, gang of Lane Carolina Jackpot time coming at you on Friday morning. It is July the 4th, Independence Day 2025. Hope you guys are having a good one so far today. Hope you're going to have a good holiday. Hopefully you're off work and you get to enjoy some of this nice weather we're having. It's nice, warm weather. It's supposed to be nice and sunny today. Hopefully it will be for all your outdoor activities. Carolina Jackpot working once again today, grinding. It's about 4:30 a.m. and got some questions yesterday. People asking if, hey, you gonna be off work today? No, I'm not. Here's the deal with that. I want to talk about that for a little bit. But these holidays, and every job that I've ever had, which hadn't been an awful lot of them, all the holidays that so-called normal people get to take, people that are in retail or a vendor such as myself, an independent operator, whatever, you don't really get those holidays. The Christmas Eves, the Memorial Days, the 4th of July. It's really just another day. I've got, I'm going to say it's around 60 accounts that I have on my route that I service. Now, I don't service them all every week. I don't service them some every other week, whatnot, but it all eventually gets done. But I have all the stores are in a rotation. Like I try to do this one on Fridays every week, or I try to do this one on Fridays every other week, or so on and so forth. I don't like to skip their days around because it messes me up. And it messes up the way their store looks and the level of their service. Like, if I work it on Wednesday and then I skip back and then I work it a week later, but I work it on Friday, that's an extra 2 days of selling that they've had. So, it might be a little bit rougher. Some days you have to do that. And it's understandable. Shit happens. Trucks get loaded late. You get stuck in traffic. You get stuck at a particular store for inordinate amount of time for whatever reason. Slow check-in. They had a big order or whatever. But you try to hit all of them the same days, the same week. So that's why you can't really take these days off, because stuff like that, it gets out of rotation and you get messed up. You can't, it's easy to say, well, you just work real late the day before or the day after and you make it up. It's easy to say that. Talk is cheap. But you get out in this heat and you've been at it since 5 o'clock in the morning and it's 4:30 in the afternoon. You're really looking forward to staying out, working till 7, 8 o'clock at night to try to do a few more? You didn't know. You're not. So just have to grin and bear it and do your thing. But it would be nice to be able to participate in these holidays like the rest of the world, but unfortunately, this is the life I chose. And not unfortunately, I don't mean to say that. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, because I'm happy. I like what I do. This, it's a small sacrifice and it's a small price to pay to have been able to get out of the retail side of things, retail store management, district manager. That stuff's just... That's a bygone. It was a time of my life I really enjoyed doing that. But as time wore on, as people changed, as things tend to move forward, attitudes change, it just got to be where that just wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. I didn't want to manage people. I'd rather manage myself. I manage myself because I trust in myself, and I have to rely on other people for things a lot less frequently now than I used to. as long as they give me the product that I need, I can get out here on the road and do my thing. Is this job fun? I wouldn't say it's fun, but it's fulfilling. It can be fun. It can be fun. Anything can be fun if you make it fun. It's like someone told me at one point in time, you have to make where you're at your paradise. Never will forget those words. Make where you're at your paradise. But yeah, I just had to get out of doing retail. There's too much of it might sound like boss talk here, but the employees, I don't know, they have too much. They have too much power and they have too much leeway nowadays, and it's just it can make things difficult at times. It's like they have you over a barrel sometimes. Like, I don't see as many snap. I don't see as many signs out anymore that we're hiring. Used to be when I'd go down a main road, I mean, you'd see one at almost every establishment, and I'm not seeing the hiring signs up anymore. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not. It seems like the stores I go into, it seems like it's the same. There's this one convenience store I go into. It's a chain convenience store, a Spink store. And I'll get cigarettes for the wife about every 3 days, and I'll get myself a soda drink or something from there, lottery ticket, whatnot. And it's like it's the same girl working there every time I go. It's the same one every time. And she said, no, she's part-time. Says, no, I work over 40 hours a week. They don't have anybody else. I think these places have pretty much resigned themselves to the fact that a lot of people just don't want to work anymore. So the most dependable ones, they just give them all the hours, or they just lump all the work on them, and then it's like, the heck with everything else. We're not even going to worry about trying to hire somebody else. I know payrolls have been slashed down to almost nothing. It was getting that way when I got out of retail this last time, when I went back to running the route. And it's because the pay rates, the wages have went so high. They can't do the sales to offset it. So the first thing that gets cut, expense-wise, is payroll. So therefore, you don't have as many people to work to get the job done. So it's a vicious, nasty cycle. And I mean, the pay rates have went up because they have to, because people can't afford things. They can't live on the wages that you would make at a retail job. You absolutely can. You might be able to be somebody's roommate, so you'd have to work another job, or you just have to find something to make more money. That's all there is to it. But they have a little bit more power. The wife is a store manager at a retail store, and she was telling me the story the other day that the district manager, the boss or whatever, over her area wanted to move one of her managers to another store across town to help them out, get some additional training work with someone different, and get them in a better situation. And this one's just like, no, I'm not going. It's too far. I'm not moving. And it's just that. I mean, and it's just like you're expected to accept that because they don't want to go, and they're not going to go. Back in my day, I was coming up. When I was coming up, assistant manager at Winn-Dixie, I was produce manager, I was dairy frozen manager, I was grocery manager, and I got moved all over the place. And I was told that I was going to such and such store next week. They want to move me over here. We need you to clean up this back room. We need you to go over here and help him out for a while. We need you to do this. And never once did I tell somebody, no, I'm not going, I'm not doing it. No, I wasn't always happy about it on the inside because I built relationships or whatever with the people I worked at my particular store. But I accepted that was part of the job. So that's just what I did. I just figured, hey, my job is at store XYZ on Wednesday, and I need to be there. I never thought about telling somebody, no, I'm not going. So that kind of shit ticked me off, and I dealt with a lot of that stuff. How about this? The last year I was a district manager out at Rose's. I hadn't told this story before. I had a girl that was managing a store that she was a nice kid. I mean, I didn't have a problem with her personally. She had hired some of her friends and people she was friendly with in this little small town in North Carolina to manage the store and run it. And she couldn't do it. Just wasn't doing a good job. Store looked like hell every time I went in. Nasty. She shouldn't have been a store manager, honestly. They had put a lot of people in just store manager positions just to plug a hole, just to fill a spot and have somebody there to not have to worry about the store not getting opened up. And I made it in my mind up. I'm going to put her in the lowest volume store I have and work with her and see if we can't do something here. So after inventory was over with, I had that conversation. I told her, next week we're going to move you here, because I was doing like a triangle move, swap some managers around. Well, she threw a monkey wrench in my triangle. No, I'm just going to stay here. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. In fact, someone else is going to be managing the store next week, so you need to make a decision. Well, I'm not going anywhere. I guess this is going to be my last week. I got child care issues, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm sorry. But can't manage this one. So, yeah, I had that, and ended up, she hit the road, and then like 4 or 5 people in the store behind her hit the road too, and that kind of screwed me up, and the new manager kind of screwed her up a little bit too for just about a month until we finally got it all straightened out. That was wasn't the best experience in the world, but hey, it is what it is, and you got to stand firm, stand your ground, and not let these people run all over you. And I just got tired of that. I felt, things should be simpler. Things should be a lot simpler. Things should be a lot more easy to run, and it's examples of that. I had things like that happen a lot too. From stealing to improper relationships, having to deal with that. Having to move people around constantly. Running a district is hard work if you give a shit. Sometimes they just don't, the DMs or what, they just don't give a shit. They ignore stuff. They ignore people's phone calls, and they just kind of float through life there. Not me. I took it to heart, and every time my phone rang, I was like, oh God, what is it now? And it was always something to do. So I'm glad to be out and get an opportunity to just go sell some potato chips on the 4th of July. Even if it means I have to miss the 4th of July. There's always a trade-off in life somewhere. It's always rob Peter to pay Paul. If you find something's good, it's not going to be all that good. There's going to be something there. There's something about it that you don't like. There's something about it you have to get over. So we're almost here at Walmart. I'm about 40 minutes later than what I wanted to be this morning. I got up just a little bit too late. I've got a long day ahead of me. It's probably going to be about 12 or 13 stops today. Got a bunch of Dollar Generals to work, a couple of convenience stores to work, and then one grocery store I got to go bang out. Got to go over to Publix and get them filled up again, because it was and of course I get here to Walmart and every vendor in the world's out back here. And they don't like to let in but one at a damn time at this one for some reason. Or maybe not. This is a new Walmart. I just started working it. Maybe we'll be all right. Here's the guy that puts out the tortillas, Mission Tortilla dude. I ain't never really talked to him. He seems all right. He's a Clemson fan. A damn tater tag on the front of that truck. It's got a truck and trailer with a tater tag on the front of it. I could do without that, but I guess he's all right other than that. Anyway, I'll see you guys later on. I'm going to go in here and selling some nuts. Y'all have a great day. Be safe out there.